and the wind is kicking up, so that's fun. Hey again, here we are, day 2 working on this. We ran out of daylight and time yesterday to get the valve body in place. We are gonna stick the valve body back in today, and if all goes well, we should have a functioning Corrado in just not too long. So let's get to it. There isn't too much involved with putting the valve body back. There is a matter of the mechanical armature that controls the manual shifting valve. So that is probably going to be the only real tricky bit there, but we're going to follow the instructions given to us by our friends at Kansas City TDI, and hopefully this just goes smoothly. So let's give it a whirl. All right, so here we have the shiny new rebuilt valve body, and we have cleaned up innards here, and that's all ready. We've got the new ribbon cable. Well, it's not really a ribbon cable anymore, it's actually an upgraded thing with real wires, so it should last longer, and we're ready to start getting this up in place. So the trick with these is they are these T30 Torx bolts, and they have to be tightened to 44 inch-pounds. So we're gonna get this lined up and then get her back in place. So let's see here. All clean, all nice. I gotta remember how it fits up here. So get the orientation correct and go from there. See, the manual valve is back here, so it should be something like that, I think. Yes, that is our orientation right there. So I'll just start a couple of these to hold it in place, and then we'll go through and tighten them after we've got all of them happily where they want to live. Okay, all of them are in place now. Now we're going to take the torque wrench and torque it to 44 inch-pounds, and that should get what we need to have happen here. Okay, we have the valve body torqued in place. Now we have to reset the manual shifting valve. When they rebuilt this valve body for me, they were kind enough to insert the valve but leave a little plastic stopper here so that it wouldn't accidentally come out and then be lost. Maybe I should have removed it before installing the valve body, but anyway, there it's right inside there, so I'm gonna have to maybe use a small magnet or maybe just a small pick to pull it out enough to be able to re-engage it with this, and then this sits on top of that armature there. So Goes on there, this goes into the valve. That's how that works. And then this screws into the thing on the end of the arm. So I'm gonna use both hands for this, put the camera down and see what I can figure out. All right, so you can see the valve sticking out now. And how this works is this hooks into the end of the valve. There we go. Okay, so that goes in there, right? And I want to slide the valve into the valve body on here. Yes, there we go, like so. So that slides in. This locks over the big shaft. And then we secure this Torx bolt into the small shaft. There we go. Okay, that's in place. Now, attaching the harness and then the filter. Okay, harness is in. There we go, see the harness, everything's plugged in, nicely secured, all the Torx things. Now we put the filter in and the drain pan, and we're just about there. Alright, so now we're at the point where we add the transmission fluid back into it. Now, from having done this once before, I know that it pretty much just takes spot on 3 bottles of this to fill it up perfectly. Now, I am planning to add an auxiliary transmission cooler, which is probably going to require a little bit more fluid when I add that, but I'm not there yet. I'm just going to get this running first before we add any complexity to the system. So kind of the moment of truth here. We've got the transmission filled. I know I'm gonna have an oil leak down here. So I know that's gonna happen, but I'm gonna be looking for transmission leakage or anything. So I know that is just from these hoses. One of them's got a small leak. I gotta deal with that. It could turn into a big leak while we are testing this out. So I gotta come out and just check when the oil pressure comes out. If it starts spurting out like crazy, then I'm gonna have to stop the process and fix this first, and then come back and finish the transmission process, because I'm gonna have to do a reset on the transmission. For right now, let's just check it for operation. All right, there we go. All right, start it up. Let's check for some oil leak. Oh yeah, we're turning it off. Let's see where it's leaking. Oh, hole right there, totally a big hole. Okay, now we know. And yeah, I'm really glad I just bought a big bag of that oil cleanup stuff, because woo-wee, yes. So we're gonna have to fix that first before we do anything else. In order to remove, I gotta take the sandwich plate in order to change this hose out. So I have to remove, there's an oil sensor that has to come out. So that has to come out of the way, and then I can undo the cap that holds the sandwich plate in place, and then I can get it. So it's kind of a three-part process here. I think the last time I did this, I had the whole front end pulled forward. I don't really want to do that if I can avoid it. So I'm going to see if I can do it from underneath. If I can't, then I'm going to have to undo all of these little bolts all over the place and pull the radiator core support and the headlights forward. And so that'll be a lot of fun.